Hey all, welcome to the CIOPCC in this week's Top 10. Today we're going to look at another Batman villain. This time it's going to be the Scarecrow. Great thing about the Scarecrow is, unlike, let's say, Clayface or Harlequin, the designs on Scarecrow are very different and very interesting. They didn't stick with just one or two looks. We've gotten a lot of different looks for the Scarecrow over the decades. And I'm going to start out in my number 10 slot with a pretty unique one. This is the Super Friends version, a DC directed. You'll notice that's the Super Friends version of Batman, and there's Robin over there on the side. This is a terrific looking figure. I love this kind of classic 70s feel it's got. If you ever watched the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh, the old Disney show, he's got a kind of that same vibe, and he's easily going to come in on my number 10 spot. That's a cool look for him. Number 9 is going to show the exact polar opposite in terms of design. We're going to talk about Legends of the Dark Knight version here. This is a lot more extreme. You got some true Scarecrow qualities, like the pieces of wood sticking out of his shoulders. He's a little more villainous looking than the Super Friends version. And he's fairly large too. These are for fairly tall figures, 8-inch scale or so with these, 7-8-inch scale. So that's number 9. Number 8, in the various Batman animated series, Scarecrow got a redesign, and the Justice League Unlimited gave us this version. It's a little hard to see his face up under that hat, but it is a really cool look for him. The JLU line did a decent job with it. That's why it's coming in at number 8. But number 7 is the DC Direct, or DC Collectibles, it's the same company, version that they did in their animated series. This is a great release, much better. And you can really see the intense face on that particular redesign. Now, that's number 7. Number 6 is going to be it's actually a Mattel line. It was Batman. It came before DC Superheroes. We're going to zoom up there. There he is. This came before DC Superheroes, and then DC Superheroes morphed into the DC Universe Classics. So this is in that same scale and style. This was just, you see the carded figures above. They were called Batman that Mattel did. And this Scarecrow has some of those classic leanings, but yet is a little bit more gruesome in his depiction. I'll zoom back out there, and that's number 6. Now, DC Direct did a lot of great versions, so they're going to get 4 of my top 5, and in here we're going to get another one. This is the Alex Ross version, based on his artwork. I love the little spiky straw sticking out of the top. The pose is a little limited. Obviously, all DC Direct figures were limited in their posing, so this one you're just really getting a straight-up stance. They did the number 4 as well. This is from Dark Victory. This I love. This almost took number 1. I just love this kind of goofy, the tall hat, the wild hair, lots of wild straw hair, skinny body. This is a great figure. I really like this. It matches the Dark Victory comic line, the storyline nicely, the artwork. It's terrific. Almost got higher than number 4, but came in at number 4. It's got some stiff competition, namely another DC Direct / DC Collectibles release, and that was their animated version from BTAS, the BTAS version, Batman the Animated Series. Their version is gorgeous. Now, we know we've gotten a couple of McFarlanes since then, but this original version, the color scheme, really is my favorite of the animated series. You're not going to see Kenner make it on this list. This figure trumps it by far. Now, number 2 is another completely different take on the Scarecrow. This is from the movies. So we come down around here, you're going to see a Hot Toys version of the Scarecrow from the Nolan films. This was a little harder to get. This was exclusive. You see next to him is the Fear Batman, with from that scene when he was terrified. It's a little less exciting than the animated type or the comic book themed Scarecrows, but that's okay. This is supposed to be a live action version, and I think they actually did a really nice job with the design of creating a live action, what could be a live action Scarecrow. The number one comes from DC Direct, comes from a great comic, Hush. He's right over here. This, I think, DC Direct outdid themselves. It's a terrific looking figure. I love the pose. Again, you can't really pose these a lot, so you're kind of stuck with what you get. Excuse me, but terrific looking figure. And he's number one in my Scarecrows. Let me know who your favorite Scarecrows are. What's your top 10? And until Wednesday when we do another favorite collection, I hope you have a great week.